Okay, I'm going to try another example here about finding the x-intercepts of a parabola, and we're going to do that by solving the equation set equal to 0. But we're not going to stop there. We're also going to name the y-intercept. We're going to find the line of symmetry, that's what LOS stands for, and we're going to find the vertex. We're going to find all of this stuff just from standard form, okay? So I want to show you that you can do all of this stuff to these parabolas. Okay, well, if we're going to find the x-intercepts, one of the things we just learned was that all I have to do is replace the y with 0, because wherever a parabola crosses, remember, if a parabola crosses the x-axis someplace, that the y-coordinates of those two places, wherever it crosses, the y-coordinate is 0, right? That's what the coordinates are on the x-axis. So if I replace the y in this equation with 0, that's what I'm doing. I'm finding the numbers that make y equal 0. All right, and those are going to be the x-intercepts. So let's just go ahead and do that. 0 equals 2x squared plus 8x plus 6. And we've talked about solving quadratic equations by factoring. And this one may seem a little bit tricky to factor, okay, because there's a 2 in front of the x squared instead of a positive 1. Well, one of the things that I notice here that each of these numbers, the a, b, and c numbers in this equation, they're all even numbers. So I can factor out a 2 from all of them. In other words, 2 is a common factor for all of those terms. So I'm just going to do that at first, and I think that'll make everything easier after that. So if I factor out a 2 from all of those things, well then I'm factoring out a 2 from 2x squared. That just leaves x squared. And this one here, let's see, that'll be, I'm dividing by 2, so that'll be a 4x there, and this one will be a 3. So I've got 2 times x squared plus 4x plus 3. Now, that's a little bit easier to factor. Let's give that a try. In other words, put the 3 up there on the top and the 4 on the bottom. And what two numbers multiply to 3? Well, there's not very many choices. It's got to be a 1 and a 3. And those two add up to 4. So we got the right numbers there. So we've got 2, and then it's times x plus 1 times x plus 3. So that's my factored form. That's a plus right there. I don't know if you can see that. Okay. That's my factored form. So I know that if I set each one of these factors equal to 0, because remember there's a 0 here, this whole thing is set equal to 0. So that means I don't have to say that 2 equals 0 because I know that's not true, but it doesn't matter because there's no x there, so it doesn't matter. I know that x plus 1 equals 0 and x plus 3 equals 0. So x is negative 3 for that one, and x is negative 1 for that one. Okay, so these numbers are the solutions to this equation, and therefore they are the x-intercepts of the graph. Okay, so let's just kind of make a note of that. X-intercepts are at negative 1, 0, that's x and y, and then the other one is at negative 3, 0. All right, so there's my x-intercepts. Now the y-intercept, that I could have done without any of that work, right? Because the y-intercept is just c. This number right here, that's the y-intercept. So the y-intercept is at 0, 6, right? For the y-intercept, x equals 0, just kind of in the same way that for the x-intercept, y equals 0. Okay, so we got our intercepts. Now, the line of symmetry. All right, if you remember the line of symmetry, all right, we've seen that a few times, but let's have a look at it again. The line of symmetry, that is what we can do in standard form is use this idea that the x-coordinate of the line of symmetry, well, it's actually the equation of the line of symmetry, is this negative b over 2 times a. All right, so there's a, it's positive 2, and there's b, it's positive 8. So if I take that, and just say, okay, so negative b, that's 8 over 2 times 2, all right? A equals 2, so it's 2 times 2. And so that's negative 8 over 4. Well, it's not so bad. That just equals negative 2, all right? So our line of symmetry then, just figured that out. X equals negative 2. All right, that's the line of symmetry for the parabola. It's the vertical line that goes right through the middle, and it happens to go right through the vertex also. All right, so if I want to find the vertex of this parabola from standard form, all right, not vertex form, but standard form, I can use this line of symmetry to help me find the vertex, because I know the vertex is two coordinates. It's an x coordinate and a y coordinate, and the line of symmetry goes right through the vertex, so that is the x coordinate of the vertex right there, -2. Well, how am I going to find then the y coordinate of the vertex? All right, well, it's actually pretty easy. We've got this equation right here, y equals 2x squared plus 8x plus 6. We got our parabola right here, got this equation. If I know what the x value is, but I don't know what the y value is, well, all I got to do is plug in that x value that I know into the equation, and then that'll tell me what the y is, okay? So let's just do that. Y equals 2 times, now x squared, but x is -2. I'm replacing the x in the equation with this x value right here, and that'll tell me the y coordinate when x equals -2. So -2 squared, and then plus 8 times -2, and plus 6. Now this is just going to be a bunch of number crunching, all right? And so it's nothing too complicated, just replacing the x with that number gives me the y coordinate. All right, one more time, let's do this. -2 squared is 4, so 2 times 4 is 8. And then I've got 8 times -2, that's -16. So I have 8 minus 16, and then plus 6. All right, so I got to do this. This is, oops, I didn't mean 8, I meant 6. Here, excuse me, 6. Let's see, so 8 minus 16 is -8, -8 plus 6. All right, -8 plus 6. Okay, so that's -2. Wow, look at that. The vertex coordinates are -2, -2. All right, so we've got everything we need, or everything we could possibly get really from this equation, and we could make a sketch of the graph here by plotting these points, the two x-intercepts, the one y-intercept. We can plot the vertex, and we can kind of double check that line of symmetry going right through the vertex. And we got everything we need from that from that equation. Okay, all right, so you can get it all from standard form, and that's one of the things that we're working on in this chapter here. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.